He was done, finished, a bust. That was the verdict back in 2022. A former #1 overall pick bounced from Cleveland and now languishing in Carolina. The media had a field day. Pundits didn't just say his career was on life support, they declared it was over. He completed just over 57% of his passes for the Panthers, going 1-5 as a starter before getting the news he was being demoted to third string. He wasn't just losing games, he looked lost. Then came a sudden, shocking cut. A flash of brilliance with the Los Angeles Rams that nobody saw coming. A frantic 98-yard game-winning drive with a playbook he'd known for less than 48 hours. And then Tampa Bay, a team saying goodbye to the greatest of all time. A franchise that was just looking for a bridge, a placeholder. What they got was a resurrection. They got a quarterback who would go on to earn 2 consecutive Pro Bowl selections, post career highs in yards and touchdowns, lead them to back-to-back division titles, and win a playoff game in dominant fashion. He was a Heisman winner, then cast aside, the savior of a city, then exiled, an afterthought who is now the multi-million-dollar face of a franchise. This wasn't the end of his story. This is the improbable journey of how Baker Mayfield conquered every single obstacle to reclaim his career. To really get how he got here, we have to go back, way back, to Austin, Texas, where a fiery, undersized kid named Baker Mayfield was leading Lake Travis High School to a state championship. He put up monster numbers, throwing for over 6,200 yards and 67 touchdowns. And yet, when the biggest programs in his home state looked at him, they saw his height, barely 6'1", before they saw his heart. Scholarship offers trickled in from smaller schools like Rice and Florida Atlantic, but Mayfield's dream was to play on the biggest stage. He just knew he belonged. So, with a chip on his shoulder that would soon become the size of a boulder, he turned them all down. He decided to bet on himself, enrolling at Texas Tech University as a walk-on. No scholarship, no guarantees, just a shot to compete. It's a move most players would never dream of risking. But for Baker, being told no was just the opening line of the conversation. He didn't just make the team, he made history. After an injury to the starter, Mayfield became the first true freshman walk-on ever to start a season opener for a Power 5 team. And he absolutely exploded onto the scene, throwing for 413 yards and 4 touchdowns in his debut. He was fearless, leading Texas Tech to a 5-0 start. It looked like the beginning of a legendary career in Lubbock. But then, things took a sharp turn. A knee injury sidelined him, and when he was healthy enough to return, he found himself right back in a quarterback competition. According to Mayfield, the communication from head coach Cliff Kingsbury just faded away. The final straw? Mayfield has said he was told there was no scholarship waiting for him for the next season, even after his historic start. Just imagine the sting. You show up with 0 promises, you outperform everyone's expectations, you win 5 straight games, and you're still denied the security you've earned. For Baker, it felt like a deep betrayal. He had proven his worth, but the institution seemed to just shrug. So he did the unthinkable. He left. He packed his bags and drove to Norman, Oklahoma. It was his childhood dream to be a Sooner. But there was a catch. Thanks to Big 12 transfer rules, he wouldn't just have to sit out an entire season, he'd also lose a full year of eligibility. And once again, no scholarship. He'd have to walk on for a second time. At his dream school, he was starting from less than 0. An unknown with a complicated past, about to burn a year of his career just watching from the sidelines. That 2014 season was a year in the wilderness. While Oklahoma played on Saturdays, Baker's battlefield was the scout team. He spent the year going up against the starting defense, treating every single rep like it was the national championship. He was relentless, he was competitive, and his work ethic quickly earned the respect of everyone on the team. So when the quarterback competition opened up for the 2015 season, he wasn't just in the mix, he was a force of nature. He won the starting job, and this time he had no intention of letting it go. What happened next was one of the most electric runs in college football history. Mayfield played with a swagger and a passion that was both intoxicating and, for some, polarizing. He was a gunslinger who would trash-talk defenders, dance on the sidelines, and infamously plant an Oklahoma flag in the middle of Ohio State's field after a huge road win. He wasn't just a quarterback, he was the emotional heartbeat of the entire team.
He led the Sooners to 3 straight Big 12 championships and 2 college football playoff appearances. In 2017, his senior year, he was simply unstoppable, throwing for 4,340 yards and 41 touchdowns with only 5 interceptions. He set the NCAA record for passing efficiency, and in a landslide vote, he did what no walk-on had ever done. He won the Heisman Trophy. From a twice unwanted walk-on to the best player in college football, the ultimate underdog had reached the summit. This kind of raw determination is what makes sports so incredible. If you're finding this underdog story as inspiring as we are, do us a solid and hit that subscribe button. We're dedicated to bringing you the most compelling stories in sports, and by subscribing, you make sure you never miss one. Now, back to the story. With the Heisman Trophy in his hands, Baker Mayfield wasn't an underdog anymore. He was the main event. And on April 26, 2018, he completed his improbable rise. With the first overall pick in the NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns selected Baker Mayfield. This was a franchise absolutely desperate for a savior. The Browns were coming off a winless season and had been a revolving door of quarterbacks for 2 decades. Mayfield wasn't just a draft pick, he was a symbol of hope. His brash confidence and gunslinger style seemed perfect for a city that values grit and toughness above all else. And for a while, it was perfect. In his very first game, he came off the bench and led the Browns to their first win in 19 games, an electrifying comeback that felt like an exorcism. He set the rookie record for passing touchdowns and brought a real swagger back to Cleveland football. In 2020, he had his best season yet, leading the Browns to an 11-5 record and their first playoff victory in 26 years, a stunning road win against their bitter rivals, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Baker Mayfield was the king of Cleveland. He had delivered on the promise, and it looked like a long, glorious reign was just beginning. But then, things fell apart. The 2021 season was destroyed by a major injury to his non-throwing shoulder, a torn labrum he suffered in Week 2. Being the gritty player he is, he chose to play through the pain, but it clearly wrecked his mechanics and his performance. The precision was gone. The wins were replaced by gut-wrenching losses. The relationship with the organization started to fray. Public criticism of the play calling reportedly soured his relationship with head coach Kevin Stefanski. Then, in the 2022 offseason, the Browns made a franchise-altering move. They traded for quarterback Deshaun Watson, handing him a massive, fully guaranteed contract. For Mayfield, the message was loud and clear. The team he had led out of the darkness was moving on. He said he felt disrespected and the bridge was burned beyond repair. He officially requested a trade, and after a long, awkward standoff, he was dealt to the Carolina Panthers. If Cleveland was a fall from grace, Carolina was rock bottom. He joined a team in complete turmoil with a coaching staff on the hot seat. He was named the starter but struggled badly. He won only 1 of his 6 starts, throwing as many interceptions as touchdowns. That signature swagger was gone, replaced by a look of pure frustration. He was benched, then demoted again. Finally, on December 5, 2022, the Panthers waived him. It was the ultimate indignity. The former #1 pick, a Heisman winner who had won a playoff game just 2 seasons earlier, was now teamless and unwanted. His career looked like it was in ruins. The word bust was no longer a whisper, it was a headline. This is the football wilderness where so many careers go to die. For a moment, it really looked like Baker Mayfield's would be one of them. Just 2 days after being waived, he got a call. The Los Angeles Rams, coached by Sean McVay, claimed him. Their starter was hurt, and they just needed an arm for the final stretch of a lost season. What happened next was pure Hollywood. With only a 48-hour crash course on the Rams playbook, Mayfield was thrown into a Thursday night football game against the Raiders. Trailing late, he got the ball on his own 2-yard line with less than 2 minutes left and 0 timeouts. What followed was a masterful 98-yard drive, capped by a perfect 23-yard touchdown pass with 10 seconds on the clock to win the game. It was a stunning, unbelievable performance that reminded everyone of the magic he still had. He only played 5 games for the Rams, but that short stint was a critical turning point. He later said that under McVay, he started having fun playing football again. It was a total reset, a chance to wash away the bitterness of Cleveland and the failure in Carolina. It didn't save the Rams season, but it might have just saved his career.
In 2023, he signed a 1-year prove-it deal with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He was stepping into the impossible shoes of Tom Brady on a team many expected to finish dead last in their division. Once again, he was the underdog, counted out before he even took a snap. And once again, he proved everyone wrong. Mayfield has since had the best stretch of his professional career. Across 2 seasons, he set career highs in passing yards and touchdowns, led the Buccaneers to back-to-back NFC South titles, and was named to 2 consecutive Pro Bowls. In the 2023 playoffs, he was magnificent, throwing for 337 yards and 3 touchdowns to dismantle the Philadelphia Eagles. He even became the first visiting quarterback in the long history of Lambeau Field to post a perfect 158.3 passer rating in a game. He played with a joy and a freedom that had been missing for years. That chip on his shoulder was still there, but now it was balanced with a mature perspective forged in the fire of adversity. Tampa Bay rewarded him, signing him to a reported 3-year, $100 million contract to cement his status not as a placeholder, but as their franchise quarterback. Baker Mayfield's journey has never been a straight line. It's a chaotic, messy, and beautiful story of a fighter who was told no at every critical turn. He was an unwanted walk-on, a betrayed starter, an exiled franchise player, and a discarded bust. And yet, at every single low point, when the world counted him out, he found a way to climb back. His story is a powerful testament to resilience, self-belief, and the undeniable fact that it's always more fun to be the underdog. His career is a collection of second, third, and fourth chances, and he seized every single one with the fiery determination that's defined him from the start. The kid who was too small, too cocky, and too often overlooked is now exactly where he always believed he belonged. So what's next for Baker Mayfield? And where does his comeback rank among the great redemption arcs in sports history? Let us know what you think in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this story, make sure to like and subscribe for more.